Hi everybody! Today we're here in Sevierville, Tennessee at the Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg Airport, and we're here at the Tennessee Museum of Aviation. And today is actually something special. A B-17 bomber has landed from Willow Run Airport, and we're gonna go, we'll take a look at it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
World War II B-17 bomber. Just out there, that's the Yankee lady right there. There she is, Yankee lady. B-17 Flying Fortress. Definitely well-known hero of World War II.
Right, yeah, the aircraft behind me here is a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. Probably best remembered for its daring daylight raids over Europe in World War II. This particular aircraft behind us was built in July of 1945. The war ended in August of 45, so it never saw any combat in World War II. But it did go into immediate service with the Coast Guard. And enhancing the noise here. The Coast Guard had this aircraft for approximately 10 years. And it was for air sea rescue and for coastal patrols. And at one point in its life, there was a wooden lifeboat tied to the bottom of this aircraft. And in that lifeboat, there was enough provisions for 10 people for 10 days. There was food, there was water, I think there was blankets, there might have been a motor in the sail. That's what it was for about 10 years. And then it was an aerial surveyor for taking pictures and photos and whatever. It was doing that for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years. And then it was converted to a fire bomber, or an aerial tanker. And up in the bomb bays, where the bomb bays are right now, there was actually borate tanks up in those bomb bays. And that's what it was used for up until about the mid-80s. So it put out forest fires. They could put chemicals in there or water, whatever it took to put out the forest fires. We acquired it in 1986. It was kind of a worn out working girl. It still flew, but it was in pretty tough shape. It took us 9.5 years to restore it. We took the wings off it, rebuilt all the engines, rewired every inch of it.
Well, before I take off, Dawn's gonna take a little tour of the Yankee lady. You ready?
Ready.
Your adventure starts right here at this little port door. With this well, quite lovely lady. You gotta climb up that little steps into that little port, Dawn. Ready?
Ready.
Oh, get up in there. Yeah, you gotta go first.
God, I don't know about these predators. Ow!
Watch it. Okay, so we're gonna go up in here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room in here. Of course. Dawn, what are you doing up there?
Oh God, well, this is scary. Oh.
Alright guys, so anyways, there's not much headroom, but you can see the front gunner there. Kind of reminds you of Star Wars a little bit. Look at the size of those machine guns. We just crawled up from the belly of the plane, and we're here in the cockpit. Not a lot of room in this cockpit. Actually says Boeing on the steering wheel.
I'm not liking this.
So this is the top gunner here. You see that?
Yeah, I see it. We can stand.
So you can see there's the gunner here, the top gunner, and there's the tail of the Yankee lady there. And there's a little photo of what the top gunner looked like. What do you think about this?
It's kind of scary and small, tight fitting. I want to walk the plank.
Yeah, and we gotta walk the bomb door there.
What if you fall? There ain't no harness, no
they're not
safety
falling.
net.
So we are actually in the bomb bay here, and there's not much room. And just imagine the guys had to. Oh, Dolly coming to poo.
Oh my god.
So that's the. Well, there's a bomb, and then there's the bomb bay.
Fine, you're doing great.
I'm walking the plank.
There
This
you
is
go.
like the Winnie the Pooh squeeze.
Why they call it the catwalk.
You actually
The
did it.
tight squeeze. Ah!
Got her. You've done this before. I can tell.
Ah! That is the scariest thing ever.
Well, down there is where the belly gunner was sit, and as you can see, he spun around almost all the way around the aircraft, shooting these heavy rounds. He pretty much protected the bottom of the aircraft here. And look at the side gunner here. Look at the size of the gun on that baby.
I won't want that job.
Yeah. Here's a little picture of what the belly gunner had to do. He had to be very, very small.
Like Star Wars. Dun, dun. Ow!
You gotta be careful.
Oh gosh.
So here must have been the settings for this machine gun here. I guess it goes by altitude and what have you. Definitely some heavy artillery. And this was the Boeing B-17G Flying Fortress. The tail gunner would be all the way back there, and you'd have a lot to climb through in order to get there. So what do you think about that tour of the Yankee lady?
It was scary.
It was.
It was small, tight, confined spaces. I think I hit my head once.
So in a little bit I'm gonna actually come back and I'm gonna actually go for a flight. We're actually gonna fly for about 20 minutes over all the Great Smoky Mountains in this piece of history. Well, there she is, and we're getting ready to take our flight. Dawn will be doing all the ground photography today, and we're going up there. We're going up into the wild blue yonder. I'm excited. But I'll see you when I get back on the ground. It's all set. I actually have my air pass, and I'm cleared to fly. The flight crew is getting everything ready, starting to button up the hatches, and pretty soon we'll be on our way. Well, you can hear her warming up.
Thank you for flying the Yankee lady today. You'll notice that she's in the limited category, and the reason it's in that and not the general category is because it was originally built to military specs. And it's the highest rating that the FAA gives, and it ensures that the plane, the flight crew, and the maintenance crew are all certified and up to date. Okay? You're going to be on board about
30-35 minutes because it's a short taxi. You're in the air about 25, and as you move about the aircraft, in the overhead are cables. Do not grab those, okay? Those are the direct controls from the flight deck to the control surfaces. And if you do that, make it a little bumpy, bouncy, and it'll necessitate possibly the use of the little blue bags that are throughout the aircraft. If you feel the need to use a blue bag, those are your new souvenir. Please take it off the plane with you, okay? Radio room hatch is not open. It's a little cool for that today. Sick bags, no smoking, obviously, you're good with that. There's 4 fire extinguishers on board. 1 in the bomb nav section in the nose, 1 on the flight deck, 1 in the radio room, and then 1 just the other side here. If there's a need for them to be used, that's why they're there. Use them, okay? And let me know if I'm not aware of it, which I probably will be at that point. Okay, as you move through the aircraft, we ask that you, this is a repeat of what she probably told you at the desk, wait at the front of the radio room, okay, before you get into the bomb bay. I'll be watching and I'll signal when it's okay to come forward. It's real limited there, so with the COVID thing, we keep control of it, all right? If you want a picture of the flight deck, when you're at the front of the bomb bay, that's a good time to get your picture, because once you step down onto the flight deck, we ask that you keep moving, all right? And you'll go down under the flight deck and crawl to the nose. On the left side going forward is another hatch. Don't put any pressure on that. Just stay on the catwalk that's there, all right? We ask that there's no more than 3 in the nose at a time as you're transitioning people. Typically there's only 2, but there will be a time during the flight that somebody's on the way in, somebody's on the way out, okay? Emergency exits. This is your primary, right here. The hatch over the radio room is an alternate, and then the aforementioned small hatch under the nose is an option. Okay? This is your primary. If we end up needing to do an emergency landing, we ask that you move about 75 yards away from the aircraft and stay as a group. Because it's a lot easier for emergency personnel to see a group of people than an individual. Bomb bay doors. They're going to be closed during the flight. If as you're passing through, if you drop anything, let me know. We'll keep the doors closed, and that way we'll retrieve whatever it is on the ground. If you try to crawl down onto those originally designed to open when there's weight on them. Because that way, if they couldn't open them in flight, for some reason, battle damage, they could still deliver their payload, okay? So like I say, let me know, and then we'll deal with it on the ground. You always save this to last, because it's the first thing you're going to do when you get in there. The seatbelt, military style seatbelt, open, you stick the tongue inside the mouth, and then lever and don't snap it, it's not latched, okay? Pull. To increase it, you just pull on the big, you pull this strap and then pull it. To tighten it, you just pull the wider of the 2 straps.
Yep. Getting in. So we were... Well, I buckled in, and I guess I'm the radio operator, well, at least on takeoff, so I guess that's an important job. So I guess that's how you would communicate Mayday, Mayday. I imagine that's unoperable these days. Firing up the engines. Take off. This thing definitely feels like 75 years old for sure. Wow. This is definitely a life experience. And the plane's just shaking and a rolling. Beautiful view of Mount LeConte outside that port window. And it sounds like we're getting ready to take off. It's awful loud in here. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the runway here. We should be turning around and then going up. the Parkway down in Sevierville. This is where they would drop all the bombs over. Oh, wow. Okay. Here's the Parkway heading into Pigeon Forge. There's Smoky Mountain Knife Works right there. Straight ahead is downtown Sevierville. You can see the courthouse just over the way there. In front of us is Bluff Mountain and Dolly Parton Parkway. There is Dolly Parton Parkway going into downtown Sevierville. And then down there is the airport. We'll be taxiing any minute. This was truly, truly awesome. Unreal. Really, really. It's like a dream come true to be flying in this warm air at 11. I'm actually sitting on the ground where the belly gunner would sit. This was my final, well, place to sit. I'm actually sitting on the ground here. But this is really cool. I can actually look down through the window the way the belly gunner would see things. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is pretty scary. And we have landed.
B-15, 8 months, 15 months. What was that?
B-20 nose.
B-20. Yeah.
Figure it's up in the nose? What was it? So you figure it's up in the nose? Alright. That was awesome. Thank
you. Ooh, look at my legs back. That was definitely an experience. Something I'll never forget for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, I didn't look at all.
Thumbs up it.
Definitely thumbs up it. Well, the Yankee lady was definitely a lady. So wow, that was an experience I'll never forget, riding in that B-17. Definitely know how it felt to ride in one of those. They're not like modern day planes, and if you're shooting them, I think they're 50 caliber guns out there, the sound would be just wouldn't have been fun. Definitely heroes riding those, and I was able to at least experience a little bit of what it was like during World War II, and I'm just so blessed to have an opportunity to the Yankee lady, I guess, invited me up with her today. Beautiful views of the Smoky Mountains, and bucket list crossed off. Well guys, I am, like I said, totally blessed to be able to know how it felt like to ride in, well, one of these war heroes. But that's going to do it for today here in Sevierville, Tennessee. And if you like this vlog, give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe so you don't miss these upcoming, well, Smoky Mountain adventures. We have Smoky Mountain adventures every day. And until next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.